I'd like to do is I'd like to talk about the diagnostic writing sample. And so think of the beginning of the school year. When the school year starts, I know you don't really want to think about that right now. I just kind of thought about that. That's probably the last thing you want to think about. But as a master teacher, you're always thinking. You're always thinking about how to improve and to hone your craft. And during the summer, when you're thinking about the beginning of the school year, and as you start getting kind of those butterflies about starting the school year and excited about meeting your new kids and start having a fresh start with your kids, one of the things I'd like for you to think about is the diagnostic writing sample. At the very beginning of the school year, what you want to do is you want to see where your students are. But you don't want to give them any big assignment because you haven't taught them anything yet. And so when I'm talking about a writing sample, what I'm talking about is diagnosing the student's writing abilities in order to create lesson plans that enhance the student's strengths and improve their weaknesses. It's important for you to know where they are. Now, when people used to ask me, what do you do? I would say to them, because I taught high school, I would say I'm an expert on 16-year-olds. That's what I do for a living. I know 16-year-olds what they're going to think before they even know what they're going to think, because I've been around them for so long. And the other thing that dawned on me at the beginning of the year, one year, is they walked into my class and I said to them, I just figured out that I'm the only one getting older in this scenario. The kids always stay the same age. But what we want to do is we want to be able to see where they are. And so what I found is the best diagnostic to give the students is a personal narrative prompt. And I'm not a big fan of tell me what you did this summer, because what I want to know who these people are in my classroom. So I'm going to give them deeper questions, which I'm going to show you in a moment. What I like to do is I like to give them 4 to 5 topics, because giving them one topic might not resonate with them. But if they have from 4 to 5, 3 to 5 maybe, you can give them too many also, but no more than 5. I would give them 3 to 5 topics from which to choose and see which one resonates with them. And what you want to do also is you don't want to have to read the same topic 180 times. So by giving the students 4 to 5 topics, then you're not reading the same topic over and over and over. I'm a teacher who loves teachers. And so I'm always trying to figure out what's best for teachers, because I'm a believer that if a teacher is happy, if a teacher feels valued, I know when I feel valued, when I was happy because my administrators were supporting me, then my students excelled. So I know that when teachers feel valued and they're happy, the students are going to go do fine. So by giving them 4 to 5 prompts, you're not reading the same prompt over and over and over. The other thing that I want you to consider is, remember when we had STAR, when there was the 26-line essay? You remember that? Thumbs up. You remember the 26-liner? Give them only 26 lines to write this narrative. The last thing you want to do is to have 3 pages of, I'm going to try not to use a bad word, 3 pages of nonsensical or ill-advised writing. Was that politically correct? And I mean, you just don't have time. You don't want to do that at the beginning of the year. What you want to do is you just want to see where they are. And so you want to give the students, and I have one in here, 26 lines, and limit this assignment to a 3-line introduction, 2 body paragraphs, and a 3-line conclusion. That's all you want. Because the objective is for you to read and diagnose the assignment quickly without scoring it. Don't score it. You're not scoring it. And when the kids say, is this for a grade? Then what you say to them right at the beginning of the year to set the stage for you, you say to the students, anything I give you, anything you hear me say, anything I ask you to do is open for me to take a score. So don't ask that question again. I'm going to assess, this is what I say to my kids, I'm going to assess everything you do. So don't ask that question anymore. I don't want to hear, are you taking a score? Just count on that I'm going to be assessing it. So that's how you answer that question. What you are doing is you are assessing their writing, but don't take a score. Don't write on it. Don't take a score on it. Just read it. And some of the topics, the prompts here that I like to use are write about a time. Write about a time when you were happy, when you felt free, when you didn't feel free, when your life changed, when you did something you're proud of, when you made a good decision, when you helped someone, when you stood up for something you believed in, when you lost something, when you found something. These are prompts that I think are good for beginning of the year diagnostics. I'm looking at Victoriano. Good. Now, let's talk about time. Remember, you don't have a lot of time to do this, but what you want to do is you want to give them, if you have a 50-minute class, then you want to give them 2 classes. 2 classes. And when I do this, teachers, and you might take a note here, that I usually do it, give the diagnostic on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or Thursday. And the reason for that is most absences will be on Monday and Friday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. The other suggestion is, let's say you start on a Thursday the week before, then give it the following week. Wait 4 to 7 days before you give the diagnostic, so your classes will level out and the late arrivals will, hopefully 80% of them will already be there. Some of my kids would show up 3 weeks in, and I would say, well, I'm glad you could make it. I'm glad you could join us. Of course, they were 11th graders, so I got to be a little bit more sarcastic. But 50-minute classes, you want to give them 2 days, Tuesday, Wednesday, or Wednesday, Thursday. Don't do it on a Friday. They're too riled up. Monday's hard for them too. So Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, they're kind of in the works. If you have a 90-minute class, 80 to 90 minute, I would only give them 1 day. This is going to be a pretty rough draft, but that's all you need. You need to see how they can write on demand. I'm still looking at my chats if you have any. So the timing is sitting right here. And I say to my students, I want you to show me your best writing so that we do not have to review and repeat skills that you learned when you were less experienced writers or that you have already mastered, right? And that's what I say to them. So show me, impress me with your best writing. It's very short. It's not a long assignment. I want you to give me about 3 lines of intro, 3 lines of conclusion, and 2 body paragraphs. I want you to show me. I want you to impress me. I want you to show off what you learned about writing to answer one of these prompts. And I'm going to be excited to learn about you through these prompts.